What's up, people of the world?
Ken, did you know you were going to be on camera when this came back, or were you hoping you weren't?
But
Now you're on camera. Now let's just talk. Let's do a deep dive into what's behind Ken.
I mean, where do you start?
What's the newest thing behind you, Ken?
The newest thing behind me?
Yeah.
This came today.
Star Wars Especial.
It's a retro re-release of the classic. Which Hal, you don't have a Boss Gun card, do you?
No, I wish I did. I would love.
I know you don't have a Boba Fett
card. No, of course not. They're ridiculously expensive.
But yes, this is the retro re-releases of the classic Kenner stuff. So that came today. See, you didn't think I was going to grab something, did you?
And
those model
packs,
paints. I got model
paints.
Actually,
they had 2-packs and 3-packs, and they are ridiculously collectible. There's somebody I know in a collectors group I'm in on Facebook who has collected, I think, almost every pairing, and there are so many, like the number of different combinations that there are. Hello, Danny.
Hello, Eli.
It's crazy and expensive. And I wonder where these people get their money from. Because I see somebody selling their whole collection. They're like, I have to raise money for an investment. That gives you an idea of how much money they're looking to raise. Like high 5 figures, maybe low 6 figures. And they're like, hey, I'm in San Diego. I have this collection. I'm not looking to part it out. I want to sell the whole thing. And somebody in the group was like, maybe I'll make a trip to San Diego. I was like, what do you do? It's just a bunch of Bruce Waynes in this group. And I'm like the Pori who's in there just trying to collect a thing here and there.
Hello, Kate McManus, and hello to all the people of the world.
Yes. How you don't like it when someone just takes a picture of like a room of Star Wars stuff and says $50,000, buy it now.
I'm fascinated by it.
Wait, people do that without knowing what's in the collection?
Well, they'll have a list of inventory, but that's just like a general picture of everything in this room goes in this lot sale of.
Yeah, the idea is for this was you contact them and then they're going to talk to you about it. But just the prices people can pay for things, I want to know what everybody does. I'm not mad that they can do it and I can't. I'm just I get really curious. Like, what did you sell? What are you famous for? What did you invest in? How do you have all this money? Because it's not cheap.
Well, I know where I'll be. I know where I'll be next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Is in the Disney Southern California version of just that, because that is the 3-day auction of all of that Disney stuff that's in Burbank. It's all going to be live. They're going to have it online, but it will be done live in the room with like virtual. I guess somebody watching.
Collectible paddle, you can.
I would love to get a collectible
Ken wants your
paddle.
Collectible paddle. He's not asking for you if you'll have one.
I don't want anything from the collection. Where am I going to put a Doom buggy? I'll take a collectible paddle.
Yeah. You're gonna. This is the offline conversation. I guarantee you is we go off.
Can I have that paddle?
And Ken goes, well, if there's anything there like a flyer or anything, please pick that up and send it to me. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
You think no, I know that conversation hasn't already happened?
I have already given so much paper ephemera from every trip to Disney World to Ken, and maybe some of the stuff from when I worked at Disneyland during the 50th. I'm so sorry, Shelley, that there are wrinkles behind me. It's normally further back. It's one of those like pop out ones.
You don't steam your screen?
No, I don't steam my screen. I'm sorry. I should. It's embarrassing that I didn't. Oh. And happy belated birthday to Ken.
Yes, happy belated birthday.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Where's the gift I got you? Do you have it?
Yes, I do have the gift. I mean, it's over there in a container.
It's on a pile. Yeah, I know. I get it.
No, you got me Tala from the Kenobi series.
No, I know, but I mean,
Black Series figure was wonderful. Well, I just got this from our pal Trace. Just sent acrylic model paints, so I can customize. Well, he's been a guest on the show, so you treat him with some respect.
That's true.
I love Trace, but he's not here. I want to see my gift.
Hold on. I'll show you Mark's gift.
No, when Aunt Hal gets you a sweater,
my gift is right here.
She comes over.
See, and I know that Mark is sincere in saying that, so that's why it matters just as much.
Mine's in here. And we'll come the next time and get any paper ephemera from any Disney park.
But we're going to have to talk about this 50th stuff that you think that you sent me that you obviously didn't.
Take PFT and Paget. Rumor has it they love an auction. That's that is true.
By the way, if people have questions about the show or questions for us or comments about recent episodes, what you liked, what you didn't like, anything like that, this is the time. That is what this is for. This is just an informal chat.
Symposium of the people of the world. Yeah. Is it a symposium if it's informal?
No, it requires the people of the town to be sitting, and then they come up to the microphone, and they raise their hand. There's some system whereby they make a comment. This system is you make the comment, and Ken will put it on the screen. But get involved. Thank you, Shelley.
Union Appreciate strong. We're in the fight now. It's an existential fight.
That's
Hal
right.
sewed Ken a bunny suit.
Yeah, and he doesn't wear it.
Yeah.
Here I am, not wearing it.
He looks like a pink nightmare.
I'm not sure I'm not wearing half of it right now.
But you're wearing the top half on the bottom?
Yeah.
So you look like Cat Dog?
Yeah. It's more fun that way.
But Ken Bun.
So, as they said, if you have any questions or comments, put them in the chat. I will highlight them on the screen, trying not to have them distracted in real time. Please shut off the comments if you two are watching them right now. So
I'm not. I can't see them.
I see the little. I just see the ones on the screen.
I will bring them up as they come in.
Lord, I'm not going to look at that. No.
But we also have, while waiting on your questions, comments, even if it's a little mini topic that you might have, feel free.
No, wait. We'll do the trivia. We're not doing. No, there's no topics. What Kenneth said is wrong. That is separate.
You know, it always happens. It always happens. This is
informal chat. I know, because Mark gets pulled in. He's like, "We're gonna do topics." No, I'm putting my hand down because my feet are not visible.
What did it just say?
In a different bunny suit.
Working for a union and being in a union, I can believe in that power. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Amen. Stronger together, solidarity, siblings. Let's do this.
Yes. So I'm gonna ask a trivia question of each of those, alternating. We're gonna have a running total of points while we're waiting for your comments and questions to come in. So I'm gonna kick it off, and then we're gonna go to a question for you two.
Okay.
So the first question is gonna be, I'm thinking a number, even or odd. Mark?
Even.
So Hal? You're going with
also
odd?
Even, but lower than what Mark said.
So Hal, you got the first question. What name did the British restore to Lake Frontenac after the French surrendered it in 1763?
Loch Ness. I don't know what they had annexed at that point. Don't look at me.
And we're not doing any question steals.
All right.
Also,
you know what? You know what? Your butt. How's that? How's that for an answer?
So is that the answer? Is that the answer?
Is it your butt?
Is my butt
Judgment?
your final answer?
Judgy? Yes, it's my final answer.
That is incorrect. It is Lake Ontario.
Ontario?
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
Ontario.
Oh, the judgment I got, and yet cannot say the answer.
Lake Ontario.
I used to have an Ontario 2600 when I was a kid.
So Mark, you have a chance to get on the board.
Okay.
What actor was obliged to utter in Gladiator, "It vexes me, I'm terribly vexed"?
I want to say Russell Crowe.
That is incorrect. It is Joaquin Phoenix. So we have our first question right now from Kate McManus.
What's everyone reading? Hal?
I don't know if this counts. I've jumped headfirst into audiobooks, and I'm listening to these are the ones I've listened to recently. I listened to Martin Short's autobiography. I listened to Mel Brooks's autobiography. I'm currently listening to a 21-hour book about the history of the Oscars and all the drama and backstage stories behind it. And I'm up to, I think, 88 or 89, where it was ridiculously bad, and they had Snow White come out to greet everybody, and then Disney sued them because they didn't ask for permission to use Snow White, and Disney had to it was very clearly the Disney Snow White because it's the Oscars. So that is currently what I'm reading. What about you,
Disney
Mark?
doesn't sue people, do they?
Never.
Oh yes, audiobooks count, ebooks count. Thank you, Kate McManus. Asked and answered. That is officially canon now. I am currently rereading The Monopolists, which is one of my favorite nonfiction books of late. It's all about the true story behind the board game Monopoly and the lie that Parker Brothers has been telling for decades about its
who created it.
I'm also reading, I'm on a big Simon Rich kick right now. I've been reading a lot of Simon Rich, and I love Simon Rich. Hits and Misses is the book I just finished. Ken, who are you reading?
Reading my friend Dan Schreiber's book, The Theory of Everything Else. If anyone is familiar with the No Such Thing as a Fish podcast, Dan is one of them. QI Elf as well. This is his new book. Wonderful book. And I found out I mentioned in it, so even better. Go pick it up. This is the American release. It had a UK release last year. It just got its American release. So,
are you mentioned as the one person on the planet who calls it Ontario?
I'm thanked in the acknowledgments.
Nice.
Oh yeah, thanked.
Being super special. We also have another question here.
Oppenheimer or Barbie first? One feels like a meal and one feels like dessert. But I don't know if I want to have dessert for. But also, one feels like a matinee, and the other feels like an evening thing. You know what I mean? What are you thinking, Hal?
There's only one of them that I feel like I have to see.
Barbie.
And then the other one is Oppenheimer, and I'll just wait until it's available.
Fair.
Like, I feel like every Christopher Nolan movie now is just going to be a lot of very wide shots that take a long time. And I enjoy his movies. I'm not ragging on them, and I'm fascinated by the Manhattan Project and everything behind it. I'm sure it's a very good movie. I liked Dunkirk, but I think Barbie just looks really fun, and I love Greta Gerwig, so I'm way more invested in what she's gonna do with that.
Do you know about the thing for Oppenheimer with the IMAX screens? Have you heard about this?
Okay, so radiation.
It's playing in IMAX. That sounds very Q. I don't know if that's true. But it's there's like the widescreen IMAX that most IMAXs are, or many IMAXs are, but a lot of places have an IMAX screen that is almost like a 4:3 old TV aspect ratio. And that's what this movie was shot in. So if you are in an area that has the non-cropped to letterbox edition, that is apparently the one to see. Check and make sure your IMAX screen is
So head to your local science museum.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that's where they have those particular IMAX.
Go see Learn to Fly. And then
I always loved those little 20-minute IMAX movies back in the day. There was like a one about like climbing Everest. That was a cool one. Early one.
Everest. And then in Philadelphia at the Franklin Institute, which is one of the early IMAXs, they had one that was like sort of like Soarin', but for Philadelphia. So it's like, here's Old City, here are the sports stadiums, here's the main line.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, it's like Soarin'. You just prep yourself in your chair and just swing and spray orange scent in your face.
Well, we're going to another question.
Trivia question.
This is going to be a trivia question.
Is this for me?
We're back to Hal.
Okay.
What nickname was the Channel Tunnel known by before it opened?
So I'll just say the Channel because I don't know anything else that it would be called.
Well, that's a good answer because it's the correct one.
All right. Okay.
Mark, are you going to be on the board along with Hal? What English town does the Channel Tunnel connect directly to Coquel in France? Or Cockle?
Is it Dover?
That is incorrect.
Fuck.
It is Folkestone.
We never swear on the show. I should not swear here.
I mean, but trivia, Mark, is different from
exactly.
Yeah. Is this all European history?
Yeah. No, by the way, this is the first time we've done trivia. This is the first time we've done trivia where we've had no knowledge of any categories, any box.
I'm randomly picking.
A card.
Yeah, no, that's what it is.
Oh my god.
Very funny, Johnny.
Ooh, Barbie
here's a nice little
anecdote
bill. From Johnny that's for Hal as you're reading that or listening to that audiobook.
Yes, my dad went to McMaster and Martin Short was there, and I grew up thinking they knew each other because I didn't realize universities are way bigger than elementary schools. Yes, that's right.
That's pretty great.
Also, just randomly, don't know what it applied to, but we'll put it up there.
Sorry, probably the swearing.
That's
why Jeopardy didn't want me either.
By the way, I think just to make sure, because I don't know if everyone checks their feeds or how they get their Max Fun feeds, but I hope everyone has had a chance to listen to the Hot Ones Spice Challenge episode that did go on the feed last month.
I just imagine Mark getting all the way to like the final audition, the fake game, and he's like, "I'll make it a true fucking daily double." Yeah. Shit. And then they just pick you up under your elbows and walk you out of the.
Oh my god.
Well, thank you for tripling down, Hal. Going blue for our town hall.
Yeah. Well, what are we gonna do?
Oh shit.
We're sailors.
So.
Wow. This is a little something different than you get in an episode. See,
that's right.
So as I was saying, if people have not checked it out yet, the Hot Ones episode is on your Max Fun feed. So definitely check that out if you haven't yet listened to it and heard where all of Hal's lamentations for the past month and a half of episodes have come from.
I destroyed my digestive system. Like literally my doctor, I had to talk to my doctor about it. He had to prescribe me medicine. So the least you can do is give it a listen because I suffered.
Hal went to the doctor for this one, y'all.
I went to the doctor and I still finished it. I didn't stop at any point during it.
And I can guarantee probably you, should have. For anyone who has misophonia, that any eating sounds have been removed from the audio edit. So don't worry about any of that.
Yeah.
It is just the sound of pain.
Misophonia, yeah. For that to... It's like, did you ever see that farmer's dog commercial? Maybe I do have a minor case of
where it's a dog eating.
It's just the sound of multiple dogs eating, and it is the least effective commercial on... I love dogs. I love dogs. It is the least effective commercial on television because the second it begins, I change the station.
I think you have misophonia, Mark.
We got this after dark. Just do...
Read the pitch, Mark. Read it.
Can we get a We Got This After Dark? It's just debates about night-based topics, but the language is pure filth. Definitely not three animals in a trench coat. You have to tell us. It's narc rules. If you are, you have to tell us.
And you're welcome for the reminder. That book is great. Dan is great. So as is the No Such Thing as a Fish book is also wonderful.
And the podcast.
So maybe we'll have Dan, if you two are keen on
Would love to.
We Got This at some
I would love
point.
That.
You threw out a big name the other night. We don't have to talk about it on here, but like tossed it off. Like, oh, you want me to get him for the show? Or like we should have him on. Like, yeah, of course we should. I don't know if it'll ever happen, so I don't want to tease it out there.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Just like
I mean, what's he promoting now? Because the last big thing he did was Bullet Train, right?
I'm texting you right now.
Okay, Hal is texting me right now.
All right, well that's happening.
Mark
Phil, great. Ask me a trivia question, and
we have a nice yes for No Such Thing as a Fish.
There you go.
Yes. Also, I do hope Anna comes back soon, and her bullying Dan, everyone bullying Dan on No Such Thing as a Fish is fun. Because I can guarantee you that Dan deserves it. Oh yes. No, I think I'll ask him.
Did you see that name, Mark?
I did.
Yeah.
You know who that is, right?
Vaguely.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't mean to poke holes in your. That's a huge get.
No. It is. It is. I guarantee you, for the people who are listening, they would be excited. Yes, yeah. Elizabeth, I'm here to serve. Again, salute.
Yes.
I have. That is mostly a sentence. I have no idea what any of these things are.
There is also a show that Dan does, because he does 57 podcasts with Reese Darby, which is all about cryptids.
Gotcha.
So, yes, Dan, I'm sure would maybe best cryptid with Dan.
Maybe so.
Could be fun. But we're gonna go. Well, again, if you have any questions about past decisions, show in general, life, let us know. But
or just tell us.
I'll let you know the category. Hal, you ready?
Okay. No, you don't have to. It's fine.
Okay,
it's not going to prepare me. Keep it the way you've been doing. It's fine.
What D word is the fin on the back of a whale?
It's a dorsal fin.
It is a dorsal fin. dildo fin. Mark.
What?
Mark, we need to get you on the board. Are we going to get you on the board with Mark? What 4-letter name is given to the killer whale?
Orca.
That is correct.
On the board.
With 2 T's.
Restart B
is the coolest.
The coolest. Hopefully our Flag Means Death season 2 was far enough along that we will see it at some point. And if it's not, all the more reason to support SAG and the WGA in their fight against the studios.
Let's have them cave quickly so we can all get our favorite shows back on.
And actually make a living.
Can I take a second quickly? May I have the floor briefly and speak directly to Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney? I would like to apologize for being disruptive and for how inappropriate we're being. I agree with you. This is unacceptable. And just we're being so bad. And I apologize to you. And I guess if I could, I would go to your bank account and I would just transfer half of that money and just redistribute it to all of the actors who don't have health insurance. And then we can negotiate about other stuff. Until then, I hope you ride the teacups for eternity and look straight forward and throw up all over yourself. Thank you.
I wish.
I'd like to address directly the unnamed studio executive from that Vanity Fair article who said that this fight would end when everyone was forced out of their apartments. That was the
writers,
quote, I believe. The writers specifically, forced out of their apartments. And I will tell that unnamed executive, you can have my apartment when you can pry it from my cold, dead hands. Also, I love that in that line, they changed it afterward. He's like, once they all start losing their apartments and their houses, because their narrative this whole time has been, look how rich they are. I can't say they have apartments. Anyway, sorry, it makes me mad.
I'm assuming that's a reference to the teacup curse.
Yeah, that's not messing around.
Is it the teacup curse?
Can I speak directly to David Zaslav?
I can.
Wherever you come from, whatever business you ran, go back to that because you're very bad at what you're doing.
They closed that cinema.
Like just because you can ride a bike doesn't mean you can ride a motorcycle, okay? Just because you can hang glide doesn't mean you can fly a plane. Be a good leader and get people who are smarter than you and better than you, which shouldn't be hard. Just throw a rock and let them do your job, and you will save money, and you will not lose viewership and lose money. But that's going to happen anyway because you don't have any work going right now.
And this is why we need to support the Entertainment Community Fund. Provide strike assistance to those who need it. Shelley, good call. I just got an email about this today, and this is because people are going to start needing it because there are no jobs right now. Entertainment industry, IATSE, Teamsters, everybody that's it's not just actors and writers. There's a lot of people that are getting screwed by David Zaslav and the AMPTP right now.
Well, maybe if the strike is forced to go on long enough, maybe we could do We Got This After Dark as a fundraiser for that fund.
I feel like we might be doing it now since I've now given the finger and we've both said we've both dropped F-bombs multiple times.
Mark, would it surprise you to find out that the nameless studio exec ran Studio Ghibli? Would that be weird?
So, Hal, I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
What set of triplets were on the St. Olaf Women of the Year Blue Ribbon panel?
I bet I know what book that's from.
What set of triplets?
What set of triplets were on the St. Olaf Women of the Year Blue Ribbon panel?
I would assume that it's Rose Nyland and her sisters. That's what I'm going to go with. I know that's wrong, but I just, when I hear St. Olaf, I only think of Rose Nyland.
Well, the answer is Topolkoffer.
Yeah.
Topolkoffer.
That was the other one. Sure.
So I'm sorry you did not get that. But Mark.
Yeah.
Who said, driving a car is like making love. In both cases, a mirror makes objects appear larger than they really are.
Henny Youngman.
Is incorrect. It is Sophia.
Oh, it's the same book. Sure.
Yes,
sense.
that book being Golden Girls.
Yeah. I should have known that both of those
you did ask
come from.
for more random trivia, and you got it.
More random, not necessarily the niches.
I offered to tell you what the categories were, what the questions were from, and you said, you both went, nah, don't need that.
Yeah.
Just surprise us. And that's how I surprise you.
If y'all got to do a book on tape, what book would you want to read? Together? Like, would we take turns reading chapters of a book together? What do you think, Hal?
Oh, I thought we were each doing a chapter, or each doing a book.
Oh, each doing.
I was trying to think of what book I'd want to do.
Okay.
What do you want to trade off on, though? You have one?
No, I have no idea. What book? I've done a ton of audiobooks I love that mug. I've done a ton of audiobooks in the zombie apocalypse genre. But if I got to do one of any book that I wanted to do, the Merriam-Webster Dictionary.
Just for job security?
Yeah, exactly.
I would do the children's book, But No Elephants by Jerry Smath, because it's one of my favorite books from when I was a child.
Nice. Or Everyone Poops. That'd be a good one.
And I would do Monster at the End of This Book.
That's a great one.
Don't spoil it.
I will not spoil it. I never would spoil it. Yeah. How many books on tape have you done so far, Mark?
26 or 27.
Is there an IMDb for books on tape authors?
No, they are all on
ACX,
which is Audible Creative Exchange. Actually, they're just the I do them through ACX, which is Neil Gaiman's thing on Audible. Mm-hmm. All the books that I've done are now, they're by John O'Brien as the author, and they're all available on Audible.
Do you know who is an award-winning audiobook reader, by the way?
Who is that?
Bronson Pinchot.
Oh, he's so good.
I listened to another book I read recently is about all the action stars of the 80s, and he's the narrator.
Amazing.
Yes, but how would Jim Dale do it?
Oh, action, Sylvester Stallone's muscular. Oh, but I am too. Don't relax. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It was worth
it. Every little bit.
Hal, what groundbreaking 1978 arcade game involved shooting down advancing armies of aliens with a laser cannon?
Space Invaders. We had one in our basement.
That is correct. You no longer have that? Was that one that was lost?
I think it was lost in the flood. But now the new place, they have arcade machines, but they were there already. That was like one, we had Space Invaders for a while. Then there was 4 feet of water in the basement, and now we don't have Space Invaders anymore.
The one that you're talking about now is the one that I have been to.
Yes, right? The one with Millipede and Miss Pac-Man and all those.
The idea that your dad would go, knowing your dad, that Bill would be looking at houses to buy, and someone would be like, well, this one's great. We've got the kitchens over here. Here's the living room. Downstairs, you'll notice, is a full 1980s style arcade. I don't know how quickly he said, I'll take it. But I imagine it was fairly immediate.
Well, I'll tell you what. My parents bought that house from a guy who, when my father first got into selling real estate, I think he might have started in insurance because that's what his father was doing. He met this guy who was also a salesman, and then that guy went on to sell and have an office furniture company. And he decided when they bought this house many, many years ago that he was going to fill it with everything he couldn't have as a child. So he made a scale model of the floor plan of the basement and put everything where it was. There used to be, I guess there was a foosball table or a ping pong table there at one point.
Yeah.
And he and his wife were moving to a condo. So part of it was like, I've enjoyed this stuff. Now you get to enjoy it. So it was happenstance that garage or basement existed.
I
it
think
does
Shelley,
have Pinball Clifton. I think
Shelley is right by the way, that you definitely were the cool house on the block. I'm sorry that Shelley's grandmother was not also at the house. Then those Venn diagrams would have crossed into a perfect circle and created the absolute perfect house.
I also should point out that
none of house friends were allowed to play with any of the games.
No, my parents bought that house, I think, 3 months before I moved to Los Angeles. So I always call it their last-ditch attempt to get me to stay. Did not work. Here I am. But the original pinball machine we had when I was a kid that they got from like a bar is in the mudroom of that house. And I will not let my father get rid of it because I want to have it someday. Although I have no room for it right now, I want that machine because it has a lot of personal meaning to me.
What is a mudroom?
Mudroom is you enter the garage, then there's a separate like storage area where you would maybe like wipe your feet off. It's just called a mudroom. Then you go into the basement.
When you have
it's an antechamber.
When you have like strong winters and you need a place to take off your boots and everything.
I just never heard it called a mudroom.
Yeah.
But I like
where the muck and the filth is left before you enter.
Rooms should not be named based on the worst things in them. That's the mud room. Then you go over here. There's the spilled wine room. Then upstairs, there's that cockroach that one time room. And then in the bedroom, I can't tell you what we call this.
Well, when Jennifer and I moved, like the first year we were in our apartment, our old one, there was like a spider up in like the corner of the ceiling. And so our solution was I took a paper towel with a wiffle bat and I shoved it up there to trap it.
Mm-hmm.
And I pulled the wiffle bat back and the paper towel stayed there until we moved out. It never moved because we didn't know if it was still alive. It's a waiting game.
It was Schrodinger's spider.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's better than the alternative, which would just be a spider delivery system in which they hop a ride on the paper towel back towards you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
See, I would much rather know. I want to know where that spider is. When I was staying in Montreal in my apartment on the curtain in the bedroom, one night I saw a giant spider up there. And I thought to myself, I could try to get rid of this spider. I could try to do a thing, but what if he scurries off? Then I'm not going to know where he is. At least with him right there, I know where this spider is. When I woke up, that spider was still there. At night when I came home, he was still there. I was like, okay, I feel safe at least knowing that
if the spider was not there in the morning, would you have regretted your decision to let the spider stay where it was?
Probably.
With the belief that it would stay put.
I did put a lot more faith in that spider than I should have now that I'm thinking about it. Seems like a lot of... Like, I don't think that spider spoke English.
You were fully invested in the spider Cold War of the fact that they weren't going to advance on you as long as you didn't advance on them.
Yeah. We cool. This room is big enough for the both of us.
So, Mark, as far as terminology goes, what was the arcade game Pac-Man originally called until someone spotted how easy it was to change the name by simply scratching the unit's housing?
Who's this for?
This is Hal. You.
This is me.
Mm-hmm.
How is Hal getting? What is it? How is Hal getting dorsal fin, and I'm getting?
I also got a very easy Space Invaders.
Yeah, you got. I knew Space Invaders.
Yeah, you have gotten that.
Yeah, this I won't get. I have no idea.
The answer is Puckman.
There you go.
P-U-C-K, and then they would just.
Oh
scratch.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure you.
All right,
you got it.
Can I get from a different box next time?
Yes, I'll give you.
My system worked because I can see. Glasses folk would have a horrifying moment of uncertainty. That's a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
Also, a good point.
That's true. Yeah, Montreal Spider, Canadian, very nice. Spoke French. Yeah.
And Hal.
Yeah.
Hal
probably did. Yeah, if that was true, then when we removed the napkins, 1 million spiders would have come out. All of her children.
That's right.
I remember how that ends.
Well, we're going to another question. Hal?
Yeah.
Who did the U.S. purchase Alaska from?
Didn't they purchase it from Russia?
That they did. You get the point. Mark?
Yeah.
Would you still like a different box? I can put the card away that I have right now.
Now this
and I can get you a different box.
This seems easier. Let's do this.
Okay. How many stars are on Alaska's state flag?
Oh, for fuck's sake. 1.
Aren't there 13 on their flag?
You were both incorrect. There are
11.
8.
8.
Great.
Is it 9?
It is 8.
How many are
7?
there?
There 8.
I'm going to guess
5.
1.
Yeah, 1's good.
Still 8.
Yeah.
I offered you. I would have picked from a different box.
All right. Let me grab a box now. Hal, your question is at a traffic light, what does a yellow light mean?
Hurry.
That is incorrect.
And that is how long Hal has been in L.A.
No, that's been the that came to LA with me.
Okay, so Hal,
Yeah.
what color beret was a huge hit for Prince?
Raspberry. The kind that you buy at a secondhand store.
Mark, what was the 11th track on Prince's first?
Mark,
Yes.
Mark, now I'm giving you. Would you like a different box? Or
Don't get benevolent now.
I was benevolent the last time too. You had the option.
You were but you're faux benevolent.
I am benevolent.
Yes.
Benevolent.
Yeah.
Mark,
Benevolent.
who stars
There it is.
in the semi-autobiographical movie Purple Rain?
Prince.
That is correct.
Woohoo!
Morris Day.
Oh, now you don't complain?
No, now I don't complain. That's how
Also,
complaining
yes,
works. When you
exactly.
complain and then the error is rectified, you don't complain anymore.
Mark, you want to answer that?
Wait, what was Jafat's? I don't know. I have no
You don't know?
idea
We
what
don't
that
know.
means.
Neither do I. Hal,
Yes.
What is Jafat's?
How old are those Lobot headphones you use?
what?
Your headphones.
They're not Lobot. It's just
Yes,
a
they are.
back one. It's just got
Yeah,
a.
they go around the back. That's what
Yeah.
Lobots did. They went around the back of his head.
They're lightweight Sony headphones. I don't
They're
know
Lobot. Yeah, but they're let me see. Please turn to the side.
what.
Are they
Those
branded?
Are from, those
Dude,
are from like that's like 2002, yeah?
I don't recall.
Just the shape. They just
They're
look like
very
they come
good.
from-
They're very good headphones.
I'm sure they are. I'm just curious how long
They're
you've
very
had them.
lightweight. They're very nice
Jeez.
headphones. Jeez.
All right.
Hal,
Mm.
where is a ship's bow?
The front.
At the end of Act 2.
Hal is correct. Mark,
Yeah.
what name is given to an ornamental carving attached to the front of a ship?
Maidenhead. Something like that.
That is incorrect. It's
What is it?
close but incorrect. It's a figurehead.
Figurehead. All right. But if it is a maiden, it's a maidenhead.
Seriously, you reading to me out of the elementary school version of this?
I
Because I,
know.
do feel like my questions are super easy.
They're-
And then he
Same.
thumbs to the advanced section.
The same one as just 2 questions. I'm
Yeah.
getting the green side. You're getting the red side.
What was
Jaguar's
Jaguar's
bird's
bird's name?
Who's that? Who's Jaguar? Is that somebody you know?
No, I don't know who Jaguar is.
It got more confusing when you
It
tried
did,
to clear it
yeah.
up. But keep going. Third time's the charm.
Matt
Oh
Bird-
yeah,
Matt
Matthew,
Bird's-
this is new. This is a new acquisition. This is the land speeder. It is in the box, and the cloud car as well. And this is my new thing. And then I have a 12 back R2D2 back there that I'm not going to go get because it has time.
Yeah, Mark.
What's that?
Just a clarification on your answer.
Oh, Maidenhead also is like, isn't it like a Shakespearean word for a hymen?
Oh jeez. Saying the quiet part out loud, buddy.
Well,
there we go.
Well, it seems to be a consensus
Well, there we
I
go.
like that
amongst the
everybody-
people of the world.
Everybody knew.
It's just the smartest group of people.
Oh,
I know.
so-
This
so-
is why I love the
Here.
people of the world so much.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we have a clarification
Uh-huh.
on that was an autocorrect issue, which was fixed with that.
Oh. What was Jafar's bird's name? Iago.
Ontario.
Thank you. Points.
No.
But no points for Maidenhead.
I'm sorry, the question did not come from me. There are no points. Hal,
Yeah.
what Central American nation boasts a barrier reef, second in length only to Australia's Great Barrier Reef?
You said Central America?
Central America.
There's no way this is right. I'm going to say Costa Rica and then be wrong and feel dumb.
Well, you are right in being wrong. It is Belize.
Yep. That was my 18th guess.
Mark,
Yes.
whose 1983 LP was the first foreign language album to sell 2 million copies in the U.S.?
1983 LP.
1983 LP, first foreign language album to sell 2 million copies in the U.S.
Can you give me a hint as to the language?
I believe one of the reasons this sold so much, if I'm remembering my timeline correctly, is that there was a duet on it as well.
Oh, Ladysmith Black Mambazo.
That's incorrect.
Julio Iglesias?
Julio Iglesias.
Julio Iglesias.
I believe to all the girls
I've ever
before
loved. Yeah.
was on that album and helped
All
to
the
propel
girls
it.
I've ever loved before. See?
Him and
you don't
Willie
want that
Nelson.
in your movies and TV shows.
Sorry, Hal, they can't. You can't do it now.
I know.
Now they want
striking.
you. Yeah.
Strike.
Where were you when they needed you before they couldn't have
There's
you?
only one set of footprints because I was taking a nap.
Hal,
on the beach.
It's just
Hal?
one pit filled with skin. Yes.
what Watermelon Records yodeler was dubbed the Pavarotti of the Plains?
Ooh, my chair moved.
You're peacocking now.
For yodeler, I would assume it's Slim Whitman. That's the only yodeler I can think of.
Incorrect.
That's
Don
impressive.
Walser. Don Walser.
No.
The
He gets
Pavarotti of
all
the
the
Plains.
easy ones.
Mark. What cartoon hero's bronze statue? Statue?
It's in Lake Ontario.
Was lassoed and ripped from its pedestal by young brutes to anger locals in Chester, Illinois. What cartoon hero's bronze statue is lassoed and ripped from its pedestal by young brutes to anger locals in Chester, Illinois?
Young brutes.
You
brute.
you say comic or cartoon?
What cartoon hero's bronze statue? Although I will, for pedantry's sake, and to give you a little bit of guidance, either could apply.
Okay. Superman.
Is incorrect.
Mighty Mouse?
Popeye.
Popeye.
Statue of Popeye.
Oh, you didn't say superhero. You just said hero.
Cartoon
Right.
heroes. Yes.
Cartoon hero.
Those
Those early Popeyes where they're just improvising. So good.
Julie Andrews yodeled in The Sound of
She
Music. That's
did
true.
yodel. Yeah.
Yeah, in The Lonely Goat Herd.
Yeah.
Does
Our
anyone do Zoom backgrounds?
We're not on Zoom. I
anymore?
like Zoom backgrounds.
Yeah.
Do you still do when you're in meetings?
Oh, I can do a virtual background on this one.
I do. It depends on the meeting. If somebody else has one, then I'll start cycling mine over the course of the meeting. That's rare.
There you go, Mark. You're already done.
Look at that. Or
Perfect.
welcome to my home.
And Hank
Can you put a
Williams
jaguar
Sr.
behind you?
And also, Jewel is a yodeler.
She is a very talented yodeler. That is true. As is Mason Ramsey, the kid who sings Hank Williams. He was another guy who could yodel.
But not Mason Reese.
No, not Mason Reese. Not the original Dennis the Menace from TV.
What scientist, Hal,
Mm-hmm.
famously noted the only reason for time is so that everything doesn't happen at once?
I mean, there's two people. It's either Einstein or Stephen Hawking. I'm gonna go with Einstein. I want it to be Einstein, but I'm sure it's Stephen Hawking.
Well, guess what? It's Einstein.
Oh, I got it right.
Woohoo!
Speaking of getting it right, Mark.
Yeah.
What comic book company exposed readers to Night Girl, Elongated Man, and Bouncing Boy?
What comic book company?
What comic book company exposed readers to Night Girl, Elongated Man, and Bouncing Boy?
EC.
Exposed is a weird choice of word here. I would have used introduced.
Can I not steal that? I think I know the answer. Well, he said EC. Is he correct?
Mark is incorrect.
It's Archie Comics, isn't it?
You were also incorrect. It is DC Comics as Elongated Man.
Oh, it's DC.
Elongated Man, I thought at the very least you would have got. You're a DC person. You were a DC kid.
Yeah, but I was an Archie kid above everything, and they had a group of superheroes as well.
Elongated Man.
Elongated Man, I just didn't remember.
Remember, I switched over.
By the time I was like 12, I was over to Marvel. So it's been 30 plus years.
Elongated Man sounds like what Mr. Fantastic's name should have been.
Well, I mean, he was sort of an answer to that, and also Plastic Man.
Yeah. The criminal turned hero.
I have a Plastic Man right here.
I like the reverie with which you.
I have a bunch behind me.
Well, here's. Can you do this topic, the two of you?
I don't. Yes, I can talk about that.
What's your gut tell you?
Betty.
Any reason?
Yes, because Betty is kinder. I feel like Archie's always in pursuit of Veronica, and Veronica is manipulating him. So there's always like maybe I'm going to be with Reggie Mantle now. So he's put in this weird position. Also, Mr. Lodge hates Archie. It's like just a bad scene over at the Lodge mansion. And Betty is like kind, does everything for him, is underappreciated, and she's been in love with him. She's like the girl that you wind up with at the end of the romantic comedy. But in that typical formula.
But then don't you think she deserves better than being forever?
100%. She's smarter than Archie. Archie does not deserve her 100%. However,
so I'm hoping it's not.
I'm much more of a Betty person than I'm a Veronica person. But I like Veronica fine. They're all fun characters. I love those comics. So that's why I would say. What about you, Mark?
I've never really read them, but enough to know that I like Betty.
I have a stack of double digests over here.
Amazing.
That I will not lend you because
I feel very out of my depth right now.
Are they your childhood double digests?
I'm just gonna kick back.
Oh yeah. You want to see?
Yeah, are they dog-eared? Did you fold them back?
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna go backwards.
It's too bad that Hal left Philadelphia, because that is the only city where he could have childlike delights in his home. It's a shame he couldn't take that element with him.
So here they are.
Back with a handful of Archie digests clutched to his chest.
There's a bunch of them. There are some other ones. Here's a Jughead Jones.
Now, what's the year on that? Like, give us the age range of these.
Well, here's the Bonkers. It looks like there's a He-Man, and it's got the Mad Balls on the back.
Late 80s?
I think this is 86 is going to be my guess. Let's see.
It's like 87 or 88.
87, April of 87. All right, I'm gonna go we'll go random in here.
Mark, please be impressed.
Oh, this is going to be
very impressed
too. You can tell because of the Dan DeCarlo artwork on the front. This seems like later Archie. And then on the back, the Defenders of Chocolate. What year do we think that is?
Three Musketeers? I'm going to think that's 88.
Incorrect.
87.
Are they all 87?
The answer is 2000. That was a 2000 one.
Look at that.
I got an old one in here. Okay, here's a good.
Does anyone else have any questions?
All right, here's the last one. And on the back is a Cocoa Pebbles ad. A BMX.
85.
89.
89.
And those are the Archies that I have. I should sit and read these.
So your Archie period was middle school.
No, it started when I was a younger kid, and then.
But that stack are all generally middle school.
Yes, this is a lot of stuff. I think there are some that I had that were just got chewed up so badly that I couldn't like they wouldn't stick around. Oh, and then this is all right. This is the gold mine in here. I'm going to show you. If you know about Sugar and Spike, the two babies who could talk to each other, but were just doing baby talk to all of the adults, and then had a great adventure. And then there was another baby who was like an inventor.
And they'd solve murders.
Yes, that's right. What would you name your video rental place, Mark? What would you name it?
I would name it We Got This. Oh, wait, sorry. That guy took the last one, but We Got This would be the name of our video place.
Yep.
Hal?
Tape me out to the ball game. I don't know. What's next question?
Tape me out to the ball game.
And it's all sports videos. Sports bloopers.
VCR us.
VC, Are You Afraid of the Dark is the horror section.
Mine would be we've got one copy due in if you want to wait around and see if they'd come back before closing time.
We might have this.
Oh,
and
here's
that
another
was
name.
every new release on release weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Game cassette match. There's another one.
Ooh, that's good. I like that.
Also, Mark, someone praising your taste for the core.
Thank you. It's
lovely.
am I pointing at it the right way? No, this way. It's
Other
over
way,
here.
yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. It's a Steinway.
It seems like a logical progression from video store to librarian.
Right? It does make sense. Cataloging art.
I bet Kate was an incredible person at that store for recommendations.
Oh,
yeah.
For sure.
I want to know, Kate, I want to ask you a question. What if somebody said if somebody came in and said, I want a classic, what would you say? We got flicks. Nice.
Oh, there you go.
Wait, there's a whole other thing happening on Facebook?
People everywhere. People are everywhere talking right now.
Impressive. Do
We'll get that answer.
Yeah.
That answer forthcoming.
And while we're waiting for that answer, we have another question.
Is this whose turn is it? I don't know whose turn it is.
I'm doing you both together, so it's always back to you.
Oh, right. I didn't know if sometimes we get distracted.
You always get the first one, and then you always get the green side, and then I get the red side.
I have never.
Except those couple of times when he flipped it.
Yeah, because he was like, oh, they're on to me. I better switch.
I have never gotten distracted. Hal,
Mm-hmm.
what nation is home to the Sienese Hills?
Can you spell that, please?
Sienese.
Libya. I know that's wrong. I don't know.
That's incorrect. It is Italy.
Italy.
Yeah, okay.
My people.
Mark,
Oh.
Yeah.
what tune by the Buggles notes, in my mind and in my car, we can't rewind, we've gone too far?
Video killed the radio star.
That is correct.
Anytime the Buggles is the question. That
oh,
is
no,
the
it's
answer.
not the other Buggles songs?
Yeah, they have a great song called Elstree, if you're a film fan. Check out the Buggles song Elstree.
About Elstree Studios?
Elstree.
About the famous studio in
Yes.
London. Yeah.
There really is. How do you know another Buggles song?
Because I was having a conversation with our pal Jonah Ray,
Mm-hmm.
and we remarked, hey, are there any other Buggles songs besides Video Killed the Radio Star? So we took it upon ourselves to look up the rest of the album that had that song, and it's really good.
Is it like
One
is it
song
like a
is
concept album, like a real deep
No, it's
story to it?
just an album that they did. So that's just the one hit that was made popular because of having an MTV launch topic that was great as a gimmick to play to a burgeoning music video station. So
I was kind of hoping that they would have a full Star Wars style collection. Video Killed the Radio Star, The Radio Star Strikes Back, The Last Video Star. Like, I'm ready for all of it.
let me see what the name of the album is.
Okay, we'll wait.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, let's all be quiet during this live stream
let's-
while Ken Googles something.
Yeah, that's the best part about doing a live stream is
Fine, never
just
mind.
watching people Google.
Hold on.
The
There's nothing really gets a live stream going like, hold on, let me look that up.
Yeah.
Magic words.
You know what? Why don't we talk about how many edits I have to make in We Got This records? That is, hold on, let's look that up.
You're not looking at me.
Yeah, it's not live.
You're not I know you're not talking to me.
Yes. So the name of the album is The Age of Plastic, 1980.
Right,
So
which introduced Plastic Man, which really only exists because of Mr. Fantastic and Elongated Man over at DC.
Other way around.
Plastic Man was before.
Yeah, he's from the 40s.
Right.
So,
Plastics, I tell you, plastics.
One word, Benjamin. Plastic Man.
so when's that coming, Hal?
Live show tour.
Look,
I'm ready.
We'll do a live show tour. I can tell you. Just here. Look, can I be real? Is it okay if I'm real here?
Yeah.
If I can real talk, based on the number of people who've turned out to the last couple of live performances we did, it probably will take a while. I think we are very grateful for those of you who show up for this stuff and who listen to our show every week. It is not an insignificant amount of people, but I think that there is a threshold at which if you go to a given town, even if say 1,000 people listen to you in New York, the chances that you could get 100 of them to fill a theater is very, very low. You would need to be at a much larger level to get to really sell stuff out. We should almost do remember the Paul F. Tompkins model where a town would have to they basically have to pre-sell the tickets to a show and then he would go there to perform. I mean, we could do something similar.
I started a Facebook group at that time to get people to sign up to bring him to my backyard.
And it didn't happen.
It did not happen.
There
was not enough interest in the area to bring Paul to my backyard. Back in 2009, 2008.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do something like that. The reality is even if it were just the two of us or the three of us going on tour, there are expenses involved in that. And the amount of money you would have to it's just it doesn't make financial sense right now, but I know we would love to do it. Nothing would make me happier than to be in a room like we are when we did Dragon Con. That room would be the first year it was maybe a third full, then half full. I feel the last time we did it was to the back of the room. And that is
the last couple of times we've done conventions.
I think conventions are the key, are going to be more key once they're back, after the strike and everything. Mm-hmm. I think conventions are going to be more of an option than a tour is.
Yeah, I mean, they're still around. We could still do them. We could go do a live show at a con if a con was willing to pay us to come out to do it.
Right.
Because we can't promote anything. I can't even promote stuff I have coming up.
You can't even talk about the thing you have coming up right now. That would be promotion on this.
Yeah, we can't talk on our own show
I'm
about
not
stuff
SAG,
that we have coming up.
So
don't do it. Don't put. We'll have to walk off. I will walk off right now.
You can't do it, brother.
You know what?
On strike.
Well, you know what? We'll end the show with you two. I'll let everyone know at the end of this town hall. As I'm sorry, Mark and Hal have to leave, but I'll promote the thing.
How about this? Follow Ken on Twitter, and he is promoting it there.
How about not follow me on Twitter? Let's just
follow Ken on Twitter.
Threads.
He's very active there. He just paid to get verified. He's very excited.
I mean, you showed me the way, Hal. You showed me how to sign up.
That's why did. You got your Twitter Blue
back.
It only makes sense.
I mean, I can post entire movies now.
I wish I had my check mark. I wish I was one of the people who inexplicably had it.
Yeah, like when he was like, "It's okay, LeBron, I'll pay for yours." Yeah,
Hodgman just got his back.
Did he?
No, didn't pay for it. It just showed up.
What they did was they gave it back to everyone who had over 1 million followers.
That's what it is. That's why Paul has it, but he hasn't posted there since last year.
Yes. That's why they reinstated it to those that had that.
I'm just curious why they made Twitter blue in the past tense, because it seems like that's the way it is now.
Hal?
Yes.
What pop stylist likens songwriting to being stuck in the desert with a quote-unquote big black beast with 88 teeth?
Elton John.
Close. This artist
Joel.
doesn't take shit from anyone.
Oh, I knew
Honey
it was gonna be
Badger,
one of the two
John.
of them. Just when I heard I just heard Elton John going like a giant beast. Like it just feels like a British
With 88
a British thing to say.
Yes, Billy Joel is the answer.
Yeah,
but Mark,
that was the coin flip.
Yeah.
What team, led by David Thompson's 28 points, broke UCLA's string of 7 straight NCAA men's basketball championships in 1974?
Man, I have no idea. Hal,
you're a sports.
Was
like a
it? Did he
sports guy.
play for? This might be wrong. Did he play for Kansas? No.
I can read it one more time. This is all gibberish to me, but I can
I know.
read it one more time.
No, David Thompson. Wait, no. There's no way. No, I know who David Thompson is.
You're not Mark. Mark, do you want to?
He doesn't
do you want to
know.
guess?
I don't know.
He said he doesn't know. He conceded.
I didn't hear. I concede.
Yeah, he did. Say Georgetown. I think it might be Georgetown.
Usually, he at least puts a.
Hal, you have spent more of this show answering my questions than your own.
I'm so excited when I know something, Mark. It's rare.
I know,
and
buddy.
I have to jump on it.
It's not rare. You literally run a trivia show.
Yeah, but I get to look up the answers to those.
That's fair.
So
we got to get going,
fellas.
fellas.
This is the last question, then.
Yeah. Does
Hal
anybody
for-
else before
Hal
we
for
go? Does
Mark.
anybody else have any more questions for us? You're excellent. I don't know who that's directed to, but I hope it's to all of us. And thank you. You are too.
Do you want to reveal the answer to this question?
The answer to the question: what team, led by David Thompson, 28 points, broke UCLA's string of 7 straight NCAA men's basketball championships in 1974? Was North Carolina State.
Oh, NC State. Wolfpack.
So,
that's it.
Do we have any other announcements to make show-wise? I think it's
No,
pretty much
thank
just
you, everybody.
smooth sailing.
No, we'll try and do more of these. I'm thrilled with how many people showed up. This is more than we've had in the past. It feels like maybe this is a better time, so we'll seek to do it at times more similar to this.
I think it's also healthy to remind folks who maybe were not able to during Max Fun Drive to become a Max Fun member, but would like to access all of that content, that you can become a Max Fun member at any time of the year and get access and support We Got This. So if you have a more financially able to support the show or other fine shows on the Max Fun Network, you can do that at any time during the year. It's just Max Fun Drive is the big concentrated push for getting people to become members. So if you'd like to access that Hot Ones challenge, maybe we'll do some more things that are exclusive to the Max Fun feed. So encouraging, if you're not already a Max Fun member, and specify support We Got This when you do sign up, it would be greatly appreciated. But you can do that at any time.
Yeah, and in a larger sense, keep listening, share the podcast with people you think will like it. Like the immediate things you can do that will have an impact outside of going to MaximumFun.org/join, because that is not the focus of this, but it is something you can do, is share the podcast. Let's get more listeners, and that will allow us to grow, and that could maybe get us to a live tour someday.
Let us know if you would like Mark and Hal to go to your backyard.
And also keep suggesting topics, please, because we're constantly looking to find them. We're not just working off the list. So
I would love live research. That'd be so
we can work
fun.
that out.
Yeah. So Ken doesn't have to hear us go. Hang on, let me look that up.
No, it'd just be you going, hey,
Kate go.
Hey, Kate, could you please look that up?
Well, to everyone out there, thank you for joining us tonight. This has been awesome. It's always a blast. It is good not to have these at 7 a.m. I get that. So thank you for joining us now for this. And we'll do another one soon. Thank you.
Absolutely. Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Bye.